This is exactly how my one-on-one client manifested marriage with her specific person. Hey guys, hope you're well. And today I'm here to share a lovely success story with you. This success story will have it all: past insecurities, self sabotage, negative spirals, self concept work, and everything. We will talk about everything in a step by step manner. And this is a success story that I know that a lot of you will connect with, because the things that my client went through are things that a lot of people go through on a daily basis. These are stories that I get to hear from a lot of clients on a daily basis, and I'm pretty sure that this will teach you something. I will try to explain this in as much detail as possible. I will try to pause, and this is what I have planned. I will keep on pausing and I will keep on explaining things in a step by step progression so that you understand what to do in each and every step of the story. So let's just directly get into it. So first, I will tell you what exactly happened when I met my client. So I met her a few months back, and whenever this story starts, whenever I meet a client, I send them a set of questions, right? And in these questions, they actually tell me what their story is about, what they have been through, what their mindset is. And what my client told me is this. So she first told me that she is right now in a situation where she's trying to manifest a specific person, right? And she told me that this is a guy that she met, and she recently met him. She had met him one or two times and she's absolutely attached to him. She told me that she understands and realizes that this much attachment with a person this soon is actually not healthy for her. And she wants to explore if this attachment is something good for her or this attachment is not something good for her. This is where we first connected. Now, when I talked to her, I actually went back and I understood a little bit of her story from herself, right? So she told me a little bit more about her past. So first, she told me that she grew up in a very traditional household. Here, she has never seen any relationships that have been outgoing, and relationships in that side where relationships have been open and available, and a topic of relationships has been slightly traditional. She also said that I have never seen my parents actually be loving towards each other. In fact, the concept of relationships was something which was kind of a taboo in her house. When she got of an age where she had to get married, she started to think that I need to look for men to be married to. And she already knew about the concept of manifestation because she had applied it in different areas of her life. So she knew it worked, but she had never tried to manifest love with it. So in this time, she started to try to manifest love. Now, as she started to try to manifest love, she told me that what used to happen with her is she used to focus a little bit on this concept, and she used to get a guy in her life. Instantly, as soon as she met this guy, she made him her SP. She tried to pursue him one or two times, and the situation didn't work out. Then a similar thing would repeat. She would then drop this SP, and then the next month she would have another SP. Then the next month she would have another SP, and this was the fourth guy on the trot in 4 months that she was calling her specific person. One thing that we recognize from this, and this is something for all of you, if you are someone who keeps on changing your specific person after every few days or every few weeks, you don't actually have a specific person. You are actually just addicted to the attention that they provide you, or the way you feel when you are with them. Now, this way you feel when you are with them can actually be, I feel rejected, and sometimes you are addicted to that, or I get some attention, sometimes you are addicted to that, or I get some love and comfort from them, and sometimes that is also a good feeling to experience. Now, if you get addicted to feeling love and comfort, there is nothing wrong with that. You should be. But the intensity in which you should feel it should be way higher than what you feel it right now. So there is nothing wrong with that. Now, what was happening with her is, as soon as she used to meet a different guy, she used to get some comfort from them, right? And as soon as she used to get comfort from them, she used to attach herself with them very quickly. And as soon as she used to attach herself to them, she could feel that they are going away. And a big reason why that was happening is, as soon as she started liking them back, she started becoming very desperate, and this was very aware and very open in her actions and in her energy. So the desperation that she was projecting was very, very openly visible. People could see it, her SPs could sense it, right? And because of which this was constantly happening. So the first thing that we talked about is, I asked her, what is the reason that you are actually calling this guy a specific person when you have met him twice, right? And she said very openly that a big reason why this happens is because this guy showcased some attention to me. And that is something that I rarely get. That attention from a male perspective is something I rarely get. So I really love it. Now, this is where I will introduce you to a concept which we call an investment meter. Now, liking someone, it's not an issue. Liking someone's attention is not an issue. Wanting to pursue someone is not an issue. This is a thing that I introduce to a lot of my clients, and I call this an investment meter. What this means is there is a certain meter in which you give attention to different things and different people, right? The meter grows from 1 to 10. The one part is when someone like you when someone says hello and you say hello back. The 10 part is when you're desperately obsessively in love with someone. This can also be very healthy, like for example, in a healthy relationship you will actually be very obsessed with your partner in a very good way, right? Now the investment meter should rarely be in a way where there is too much difference between that. So let's say the person is investing into you level 1 and you are investing into them level 10. That's actually a very big issue. The person investing into you level 10 and you are investing into them level 10, that's a great thing. What was happening in her situation was the person was always investing into her level 1. But because she didn't think that level 1 is actually normal for her, because she thought that getting attention in my life is very, very rare, she was investing level 10 in these situations, right? After she recognized that my liking this guy was not an issue, but I actually don't like this person. I just like the attention that he was offering to me. So the first thing that we started working on is we started working on her self-concept. The few things that we focused on was number one, we focused on what we feel that she deserves, right? In her mind, she thought that I don't really deserve love, that it's not really something that should naturally come to me, that it's this really big thing that should not come to me normally, and if it comes to me, it's a privilege. That's the first thing that we worked on. The second thing that we worked on is what we call normal for her. Now, this is specific to the attention that she was getting from men. So what was happening was when these men were actually reaching out to her and giving her this attention, in her mind, this attention was a very big investment because she thought that these guys are investing so much into me. When a girl of her caliber or any woman or any guy, you should get more attention. Like you are selling yourself short, you should get more attention. I told her that and we made herself believe that through affirmations and techniques, right? So she eventually started to believe that, you know what, this level of attention coming to me is very, very normal. The third thing that we worked on, and this is something which really helped her, is I helped her understand in what way does she exactly become desperate. So she did know that I am someone who becomes desperate, right? She recognized that. But it was very difficult for her to understand what desperation means to begin with. So I told her that, you know what, let's quantify it. Why don't you tell me exactly what you do as soon as a guy starts showing you attention? So she said that, you know what, when a guy starts showing me attention, I start to like them back. Then I start to check their last scene. Then I start to text them double times. Then I start to text them, why are you not texting me back? Then I open my phone after every 2 hours checking their text. Now what happened is earlier the word desperation, which is a very general term, became quantifiable. So if she stops checking her phone, checking her last scene, double texting these people means she's not getting desperate. So now it becomes something actionable that she can do on a daily basis that can help her not get desperate. And this is what she started doing. The more she started to work on herself, the more her desire for all these four SPs dissolved because she recognized that, you know what, these guys are just people that I was early attaching myself into. Now, what happened after this is we worked together for a few months, and after working together with her for a few months, she started attracting love in her life. Now, this is where she met this guy. Now, this is the guy that she got married with. Now, I will explain her story with what happened with this person. So as she met this guy, the relationship started well. They started talking and she was holding her composure. See, she was coming from her energy, which was confident, loved, charming, and she was focused on herself. She was focused on other areas of her life, and her focus was actually to be the best version of herself. And as she was doing that, this guy started coming towards her. After a few weeks and a few months, I think 1 month of dating, she started getting slightly hungry for him. Now, this is where the exact things that made her feel desperate started again. She started checking his last scene. She started doing all these things. She started double texting him. And there is nothing wrong with double texting. In fact, there is also nothing wrong with checking the last scene of your partner. It started becoming bad when it comes from a space of scarcity, when it comes from a space of fear, when it is just something that you're doing to constantly reassure yourself and let go of your insecurities, right? As she started doing that, she started seeing that this guy started pulling away because of two reasons. One, of course, he could sense her energy because your energy is contagious. But on the second hand, what was happening was she was acting desperately. She was constantly asking him, where are you? Who are you with? Are you leaving me? Are you cheating on me? Are you with someone else? And of course, after a certain point of time, you have to recognize it is your responsibility to work on your insecurities. It is not the other person's responsibility to work on your insecurities for you. It is your responsibility to do that. And this negative spiral started to multiply, and one thing led to another, and eventually they ended up breaking up. Now this is where she told me that, you know what, Karan, I recognize where I go wrong, and I recognized what I could have done differently. I want to change this, and what should I do here to change this, and how can I actually get better at this pattern of mine? So we had already established a lot of self-concept work. Here we started to focus a little bit on forgiveness. What was happening is, without even knowing, she was constantly blaming herself for sabotaging this situation. And even though she was taking responsibility of it, responsibility and blame are totally different things. Responsibility looks like, hey, I know I did this, I shouldn't have done this. In the future, I will do something differently. That's how responsibility looks like. This is how self blame looks like. I know I did this. I don't know why I did this. I hate myself for doing this. I'm just this bad person for doing this. I will never find love in my life because I did this. So we started focusing on taking responsibility, and we started focusing on forgiveness. The next thing that we focused on was, we kept our goal detachment. So I told her that, you know what, you want to manifest this person, that's fine. But don't keep your goal to manifest this person. Keep your goal to be detached from the outcome from this specific manifestation. I have explained this in one of my previous videos before, that living in the end can be in multiple ways. Sometimes living in the end means that I have what I want. Sometimes living in the end can mean I don't need what I want, and I don't need this thing in order to be happy. Especially for someone who has the habit of being obsessed with a particular thing, going into this state that I don't need this to be happy can actually be very helpful. And this is what she focused on. We kept on focusing on her, and we kept on focusing on detachment. And eventually this guy reached out to her. She never chased, never reached out, never did anything. This guy reached out to her. He said to her, hey, after a lot of thinking, I have thought about it, and I now recognize and realize that I want you to be a part of my life. Do you see how she never had to worry about manifesting texts? Do you see how she never had to worry about, oh, he saw my story, this must mean movement? She only kept focusing on the end because she recognized what her worth was, and that is what she was actually getting before she sabotaged it with her own thoughts. And as she started focusing on it, this guy came into her life back. They fixed their marriage, and they have been married. They are now in a very healthy, beautiful marriage. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be sharing a new success story about them very soon, which will include them getting a different member in their life, which I think you guys understand. So if you are someone who's manifesting a relationship, the few key takeaways that you can take from this video is, number one, if you are constantly changing your SPs, that means that you don't really have SPs. You are just someone who's getting addicted to the attention that you're getting. Number two, you should always have a reciprocal investment meter. And number three, self work is the only solution to get to the place where you want to be, even if it means manifesting a specific outcome with a specific person. So I hope this helps you. I hope that you learn something from this video and you apply it in your life. And I will see you guys in the next video.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe and share if you like the video. The link for my one-on-one coaching, my self-help courses, and my free newsletter are in the description box below.